In this episode, Discovery's Last Ride, Intel's Thunderbolt technology, and a Lego Spongebob Terminator Mecha. QuickSurf Internet Media presents The Geekinator, talking about all things tech and geek. Hey everybody, how's it going? I'm your host Adrian, coming to you almost live from lovely Phoenix, Arizona, here in Studio C1 at QuickSurf Internet Media. The Geekinator is a proud member of the Tech Podcast Network. If it's tech, it's here. Do feel free to head on over to techpodcasts.com and check out all the other technology-related shows over there. Before we get into the stuff for this episode, I'd like to point out that I've started a new daily tech news show. It's called Today's Tech News. You can find it over at tech.quicksurf.com. Many of you may or may not know this, but a week or two ago I was laid off from my job. And so I'm attempting to ramp up my podcasting production in an effort to try to sustain myself, and hopefully I won't have to find another job. But until that happens, I'm still actively seeking out employment. So please go check it out, tech.quicksurf.com. Subscribe to it, help a fellow geek out. And I'm hopefully bringing on a new sponsor for all of the shows that I host and produce here in the next week or so. So that'll be interesting. And so with that, let's go ahead and get into what we've got for this episode. I'm kind of doing a relaunch. No more news. It'll just be techie, geeky, nerdy stuff that I find on the internet. So it'll be pretty interesting to see what I've dredged up in the internets. So let's get right into it. Now, this is kind of news-ish, but it's pretty cool nonetheless. Discovery today, as of this recording, Thursday, February 24th, at 3 something or 4 something p.m. I don't remember exactly. 4:53 p.m. Eastern time. The space shuttle Discovery took off on its final flight. STS-133 mission is delivering the permanent multi-purpose module, a facility created from the multi-purpose logistics module named Leonardo. They are delivering that to the International Space Station, packed full of stuff with Robonaut, a humanoid-like robot that they're delivering into space, and all kinds of just really cool stuff. Unfortunately, any future trips up to the International Space Station will have to be taken by other means, but still pretty cool. What I'd like to do, I've scoured NASA's website. YouTube actually has a higher quality version of this, but I wanted to include here in the Geekinator a short clip of Discovery taking off, and so we'll go ahead and roll that. I want to thank NASA over at nasa.gov, give them full attribution. This is their video. Thank them for letting me run it here. And so with that, here we go.
Go for main engine start. We have main engine start. 2, 1. Booster ignition and the final liftoff of Discovery. A tribute to the dedication, hard work, and pride of America's space shuttle team. The shuttle has cleared the tower.
Roger, Discovery. This is Mission Control Houston. The space shuttle now rolling over onto its back with a 10-minute ride into orbit. Discovery now making one last reach for the stars. Engines are now throttling down as the orbiter passes through the area of maximum pressure, reducing the stress on the shuttle as it goes supersonic.
Discovery Houston, you are go at throttle up.
Commander Steve Lindsay acknowledging the call from Capcom Charlie Hoba as Discovery's 3 main engines throttle back up. Lindsay is joined on the flight deck by pilot Eric Bowen, mission specialist Al Drew, and Nicole Stott. Mission specialist Mike Barrett and Steve Bowen. Discovery's 3 main engines are burning fuel at a rate that would drain an average swimming pool in about 25 seconds. The engines, combined with the solid rocket boosters, produce more than 7 million pounds of thrust. 1 minute, 50 seconds into the flight, we're standing by for separation of the twin solid rocket boosters. Discovery now traveling 2,695 miles an hour. Its altitude 24 miles. Downrange from the Kennedy Space Center, 29 miles. Booster separation confirmed. Discovery's guidance is now converging as the shuttle's onboard computers fine-tune the flight.
And that was the clip of the Discovery shuttle launching off into space all the way up until the tank is about to blast off. But pretty cool stuff. I remember back in the day when I was a little kid, you know, I was in 4th grade when Challenger blew up. And, you know, I mean, we saw it on live TV. All the teachers brought in all the TVs. We all saw it on live TV as it was happening right there in the class. And that was kind of traumatic. And so, you know, but NASA soldiered on, and that's just how it is. And so here we are, you know, they're retiring their shuttle fleet, and Discovery's going off into a museum after this flight. So, you know, we'll see. I'm curious to see how they're going to continue to get to the International Space Station without relying on other agencies. But, you know, cool stuff. From Intel, I wanted to touch on this. This is a new technology that you're going to start seeing in new laptops, desktop systems. It's called Thunderbolt. It was previously Intel's light pipe technology. In theory, it's capable of up to 10 gigabits per second if you do just the optical connection. Unfortunately, they've been struggling with a few things in relation to that. So they've come out with a copper version. Intel's newly released MacBook Pros that they released today feature this Thunderbolt port. And, you know, it's basically what it is broken down. And Intel has this really great image here, and I'll throw it up on the video feed. There's a Thunderbolt controller in the host computer and a Thunderbolt controller in the peripheral side. And what it allows, you have a single Thunderbolt cable, and it allows a DisplayPort connection and a PCI Express connection running at 10 gigabits a second for the copper cable version of Thunderbolt. It supplies up to 10 watts of power, which really actually isn't a lot. And it's the newest, latest thing. It's supposed to replace USB 2, Firewire, 400, 800. I believe they also had a 1600. It's supposed to replace USB 3, eSATA, all those connection types that you have on the side of your computer that you use to hook peripherals up. Instead of having a whole slew of them, you've only got a couple of Thunderbolt ports to do what you need to do. So kind of interesting. There's no hands-on experience with this yet, but I've got linked up in the show notes the page to Intel's Thunderbolt technology. If you want to see it in action, go to an Apple store, look at the new MacBook Pros that Apple has also released today. Honestly, it uses the mini DisplayPort connector, so you can't really tell any difference externally looking at it. So I don't have any real world experience, but it's 10 gigabits a second, bidirectional, pretty fast stuff. From Make Magazine, I ran across this article they posted in their blog, Build Your Own Backyard Rocket Ship. It's got an embedded YouTube video of this, what they call the Ravenna Ultra Low Altitude Vehicle, or the RULAV. And basically what it is it looks like a little spaceship lander module, and it's got all kinds of electronics inside, and it simulates shooting off into space. I thought it was cool. I mean, this is like a kid's dream for something like this. So, check it out. They've got full build instructions and blueprints and the whole 9 yards, so anybody can make it, but I thought it was neat. You a Lego fan? I love Legos, as you can tell over here. Tons and tons of Legos, and this is only what I have on display. We've got many, many, many more on top of that. Well, I ran across this again over at MakeZine. They are awesome. A Lego Spongebob Terminator Mecha, and we're all familiar with the Terminator franchise: Terminator, Terminator 2, Terminator 3, Rise of the Machines, etc., etc., Terminator Salvation, all that good stuff. Well, this, and we're all familiar with SpongeBob, this is a mashup in Lego of SpongeBob and Terminator, and I thought it looked cool. It's awesome. I mean, come on, really? It's awesome. Now, little kids may not get it, but we're all adults here. It's pretty cool. Also from Make, I know this is a Make heavy episode, but Make just has so much awesome stuff. Playable 8-bit violin. Now, the violin itself is an actual violin. There's no electronics, but the body of the violin and the whole way it's styled is very much styled after the 8-bit graphics of the video games back in the day, and it's actually playable. There's an embedded YouTube video of Brie Pettis test driving the 8-bit violin. It actually works. It actually plays. It's pretty neat. Check it out. That'll pretty much do it for this edition of the Geekinator. As always, everything we've talked about is linked up in the show notes. Just visit us online at quicksurf.com. I keep wanting to say tech.quicksurf.com because that's my new show, and I've been doing it every day for almost 2 weeks now. Yes, quicksurf.com. You can find all of our episodes plus all of the archives. Feel free to subscribe. Also, go check out the new today's tech news. I keep wanting to say tech news today, but I can't because that's already taken. So today's tech news over at tech.quicksurf.com. Please subscribe. Spread the word, get it out as much as you can. I'm trying to ramp it up as quickly as possible so I can get some advertisers and some income flowing in. So with that, thank you for watching and listening, and I will see all of you on the next episode. I'll see you then. Bye.